Have you ever looked at yourself and felt that something ancient was staring back? Have you ever sensed that behind your eyes there was someone older, wiser, someone waiting for you to finally remember? Taurus, that presence is not imagination, it is recognition. Because the mirror of heaven has tilted toward you, and for the first time you're about to see what heaven has always seen. This is not a moment of vanity, it is a moment of revelation. For years, you have seen yourself through the eyes of others, filtered, judged, shaped by expectation and by the weight of human misunderstanding. But now, the light shifts, and in that light, illusion burns away. You are not becoming something new. You are remembering what has always been true. When I drew your first card, the moon appeared, luminous and soft, her face half in shadow. At first, she seemed to whisper secrets of doubt, of confusion, the same energy that has clouded your intuition for months. But as I looked closer, the reflection in her silver surface began to change. I saw your eyes, calm, ancient, burning with quiet knowing, and a voice, clear, tender, undeniable, said, "Stop calling yourself lost. You have been the compass all along. The mirror of heaven does not show the world who you are. It shows you who you were before the world told you otherwise. That is why everything around you feels unstable now. The identity you built for survival is cracking, not because you failed, but because your truth no longer fits inside it." The second card was death, but it did not bring fear. It arrived with beauty, a silver mirror shattering, petals floating through golden light. And from the shards, a radiant form emerged, you reborn through remembrance. Your angel whispered, "The reflection you mourned is not gone. It has simply remembered its wings." Taurus, this is what spiritual rebirth feels like. Not the creation of a new self, but the reclamation of your soul. That's why lately your emotions rise like tides. Why sleep feels different, why silence feels louder. You are not falling apart. You are falling back into alignment. The third card was the star, rising above the ruins of the old reflection. In her light, everything became still. And from the silence, I heard words that felt older than time. The light you see above is the same light that burns within. That is the revelation of this mirror. There is no separation between heaven and you. You have always been a fragment of the divine gaze, experiencing itself through human form. You are not beneath heaven. You are its reflection in motion. And the moment you see yourself this way, fear loses its last hold. That is why everything that used to define you, titles, roles, old identities, now feels meaningless. Because heaven's mirror no longer reflects what you do, it reflects what you are. And what you are is something that cannot be broken, cannot be shamed, cannot be forgotten. Taurus, this month opens a portal of self-recognition. The universe will send mirrors in the form of people, eyes that see you differently, words that echo what your soul already knows. Don't dismiss them. They are confirmations. Every conversation, every dream, every déjà vu is heaven trying to show you your true reflection from multiple angles. And when you finally see it, when you finally say, "Yes, that's me," the entire structure of your life will rearrange around that truth, because reality always bends to meet the version of you that remembers who it is. You are not awakening, Taurus. You are reappearing. I see what heaven sees. My reflection is truth, my soul is light, and I remember who I am. Say it slowly, because every word cleanses another fragment of the old reflection from your field. You are being rewritten by your own light. If this revelation stirred your soul, leave your hype, share this message and subscribe. And if your heart feels called, join as a member of this channel. Every hype you share expands this mirror of light so others can see themselves again too. Taurus, the moment you begin to see yourself as heaven does, reality shifts its axis. The laws that once ruled your world begin to loosen. Synchronicities multiply. Old limits dissolve. Because when divine light finally recognizes itself through you, creation no longer happens to you. It begins to move through you. That's why lately you've felt the strange rhythm of time. Days that stretch, hours that disappear, conversations that echo before they happen. You are walking inside the mirror now, where manifestation responds not to effort, but to frequency. And your frequency, Taurus, has changed. When I drew your next card, the magician emerged, radiant and calm. But this time he wasn't standing above his table. He was standing inside the mirror itself. In one hand he held a wand of light, and in the other, the reflection of that same wand, glowing even brighter. And your angel said, "As above, so within." Not as above, so below. That old phrase no longer applies. You are not the echo of heaven, you are its extension. Every thought now carries creative potential. Every emotion you allow becomes command. That is the power of alignment, the reflection moving in harmony with the divine gaze. The second card was the Ace of Cups, the vessel of pure love. Its water overflowed, forming ripples that turned into symbols of life, faces, paths, moments not yet lived. And in that wave of motion, your angel whispered, "Love is no longer a feeling for you, it is a frequency you transmit." This is why you'll notice people drawn to you for no reason, why their words slow when they speak to you, why they feel peace in your silence. They aren't responding to your actions, they are responding to your energy. You've become a transmitter of divine resonance. You heal by existing. The third card was the Chariot, racing through starlight. But there was no driver, because the chariot itself was alive, guided by intention alone. That's what your energy feels like now. Self-directing, unstoppable, guided by something higher than logic. And the voice of heaven said, he doesn't need to chase what already runs to meet him. Taurus, this is your invitation to stop pursuing and start allowing. When you chase, you confirm distance. When you allow, you confirm unity. And the mirror of heaven can only reflect unity. So when the opportunities arrive, and they will, don't question their timing. They were waiting for the moment your reflection stabilized. You didn't have to fight for them. You had to remember yourself enough to match them. The fourth card was strength, but she appeared differently this time, not as a woman taming a lion, but as two reflections merging into one being, the gentle hand and the fierce heart becoming the same energy. This is the new you. Softness that does not break, power that does not shout. True strength is invisible. It is the ability to remain kind in a world that taught you to defend instead of love. And that, Taurus, is your divine signature. You don't conquer through force, you realign through peace. Your angel showed me a final vision, a mirror suspended in midair, its surface rippling like water, and then your reflection stepped out of it, breathing, smiling, alive. You reached back and touched the glass, and it turned into light, and I heard the words, "The separation is over." You and your divine reflection are now one. Every choice you make from here echoes through both heaven and earth. You are no longer being tested, you are being expressed. Heaven moves through me. What I think becomes truth. What I love becomes form. Say it with a slow exhale. Eyes closed, feeling warmth rise through your hands. That is creation responding. That is the divine pulse waking inside your human form. If you felt the mirror move as you read this, leave your hype, share this energy, and subscribe. And if your heart recognizes this truth, join as a member of the channel. Every hype you give expands this field of reflection so more souls can remember they are the light moving within the mirror. Taurus, the mirror has tilted fully now. The light no longer falls on you. It shines from within you. And in that sacred reversal, something begins to happen. Your reflection starts to speak. It doesn't use words. It speaks through vibration, through knowing, through the quiet certainty that says, I am no longer separate. This is not imagination. It's the merging of two voices, yours and your angel's, into one resonant sound. It's the moment when you stop praying to the light and realize you are the light that prayer was always reaching for. The first card that appeared was Judgment. But this time there was no trumpet, only a pulse of golden sound rippling across water. From that vibration rose countless faces, fragments of you from other times, other worlds, all turning their gaze toward the present, toward now. And the voice of heaven said, all versions of you have heard the call, all are answering as one. That's why lately your memories feel alive. Why you dream of places you've never seen but somehow miss. You are gathering yourself, pulling back every fragment of energy you left, scattered in fear, shame, or longing. Each fragment returns through forgiveness. Every time you release guilt, another version of you steps forward into wholeness. The second card was the Lovers, radiant and powerful, but this was not about romance. This was divine union. It showed two reflections merging into one light, and your angel whispered, heaven no longer sees difference between us. When I look at him, I see myself. Do you understand what that means, Taurus? That heaven no longer looks down upon you, it looks through you. You are its eyes in motion, its hands in time, its breath in form. You have become the instrument through which divine intention finds sound. That is why your presence now carries weight. When you speak truth, people listen, even if they don't know why. When you walk into a room, energy shifts, hearts calm. You've stopped reflecting what's around you. Now the world reflects you. That's not ego, that's divine coherence. The third card was the Hanged Man, suspended in light instead of shadow. Around him the symbols of the zodiac shimmered, forming a luminous wheel, and your angel said, he does not hang between heaven and earth anymore. He connects them. You are the bridge now, Taurus, the fixed sign chosen to stabilize the divine frequency on earth. That's why you feel heavier and lighter at the same time, why your body craves rest and silence, why you feel emotion so deeply lately. You're carrying light in a form designed for gravity. It takes time for that much energy to settle. Be gentle with yourself. Even the sun needs night to gather its next dawn. Then the Queen of Swords appeared, her crown made of mirrors, her eyes sharp but kind, and she spoke words you must remember. The voice that once judged you now protects you. This means your mind, once filled with self-doubt, is being rewired into divine discernment. You no longer confuse overthinking with intuition. Now, when you feel truth, you'll know. The mental noise is clearing because your reflection has learned to speak in clarity, not confusion. Finally, the Ten of Pentacles closed this sequence, but instead of coins, the card held 10 spheres of light orbiting a central sun. And your angel said, this is how heaven sees you now, the center around which new worlds form. Taurus, you've become a gravitational point of blessing. People, opportunities, even synchronicities orbit around your energy. You no longer chase, you attract, not because you're lucky, but because you've aligned with divine design. From now on, everything you touch will mirror your inner light. Even your challenges will serve your expansion. You are no longer inside the mirror. You are the mirror. Heaven speaks through me. I am the bridge of light, the mirror of truth, the voice of love made visible. Say it aloud 3 times. With each repetition, feel your energy widen, not upward, but outward, touching everything in your field with peace. If this truth vibrated in your chest as you read it, leave your hype, share the message, and subscribe. And if your heart resonates, join as a member of this channel. Each hype you give expands this resonance and helps others hear their own reflection speaking too. Taurus, the moment your reflection begins to move, creation itself awakens. Until now, you were learning how to see as heaven sees. Now, you are learning how to create as heaven creates, through intention, frequency, and unwavering presence. This is the sacred art of becoming a living extension of divine imagination. Everything around you is listening, every atom, every sound, every breath. The universe is not distant, it is responsive. And now that you are fully aligned with your true reflection, it answers to you. The first card that appeared was the Emperor, but his throne was made of light. He was not ruling, he was stabilizing. His power did not dominate, it harmonized. And your angel said, he no longer commands the world adjusts to his vibration. That is the stage you have entered, Taurus. You don't need to push, prove, or chase anymore. When your energy is anchored in truth, creation simply reorganizes itself around your frequency. That's why lately things seem to fall into place effortlessly, or why obstacles dissolve before you even act. It's not luck, it's alignment. The second card was the Ace of Swords, gleaming like a lightning bolt frozen in midair. From it radiated symbols, words, ideas, visions, all forming from light into matter. And the voice came again, speak only what you wish to live. Because now your words are not echoes, they are commands. Your reflection has merged with heaven's will, and that means your speech carries power. Be mindful. When you declare peace, peace multiplies. When you declare love, love responds instantly. But when you speak fear, the mirror magnifies that too. This is sacred responsibility, the language of creation. The third card was the Eight of Wands, arrows of fire moving faster than sight. They didn't shoot outward, they curved inward, orbiting your body like comets around a sun. Your angel whispered, what he sends returns multiplied. Every act of generosity, every seed of compassion, every moment of trust, all of it returns to you now. And not as fragments, but as full circles. You are experiencing the law of divine reflection. Whatever you radiate becomes your reality. The fourth card appeared, the sun again, but brighter than before. And within its light, your reflection was no longer singular. It split into thousands of versions of you, each one glowing, walking different paths, touching different lives. This was heaven showing you how wide your influence has become. Even small acts ripple through timelines now. Every time you choose love over fear, you alter outcomes you may never see. Your angel said something then, words that vibrated like music. Creation doesn't need permission from time. It answers to light. That's why what once took years may happen overnight now. That's why opportunities you thought were gone suddenly reappear. Time is no longer linear for you, Taurus. Your reflection has stepped outside the calendar. You are creating in real time, across dimensions. The fifth card was the world, but unlike before, it was turning. A living sphere of light with no beginning or end. Inside it, your reflection smiled, steady, radiant, calm. You were not observing the world was observing you. And in that moment, heaven whispered, the mirror no longer reflects, it radiates. You've become the source now, not of pride, but of light itself. You are the living evidence of divine consciousness in motion, the human form of equilibrium between creation and creator. That's why now, miracles will not surprise you. They will feel normal, because they are. Miracles are simply reality remembering its original pattern, and you are that pattern restored. Say it slowly, eyes closed, palms open. As you do, imagine light expanding from your chest, first around you, then filling the room, then the sky. That is your reflection breathing new worlds into existence. If this revelation awakened a deep calm within you, leave your hype, share this light, and subscribe. And if your heart feels the resonance, join as a member of the channel. Every hype you share amplifies the creative pulse of heaven through this community. Taurus. Every prophecy leads to a single moment, the instant when heaven no longer mirrors you, but moves as you. When the divine current that once guided your steps begins to flow from your own heart outward. That moment has arrived. You have crossed from reflection into authorship. And because heaven is merciful, it will send a sign, undeniable, luminous, alive, to let you know you have become the co-creator of your fate. The first card that appeared was the Fool, but he was no longer the wanderer on the cliff. He stood in the center of a vast circle of light, his face calm, his eyes clear, and your angel said, "He walks without map, because now he is the path." That is the new you, Taurus. You no longer need guarantees or permission. Every step you take is divine design unfolding in motion. Faith is no longer belief, it is identity. The second card was the Star, radiant, crystalline, but this time she poured her waters upward, not downward. Streams of silver light rose into the heavens, as if the sky itself were drinking from your spirit. And the message was clear. Heaven receives from him now. Taurus, you've reached the level of energetic reciprocity, the point where your vibration feeds the same light that once fed you. You are both student and source, vessel and fountain. That is the truest definition of divine partnership. The third card shimmered into view, the Wheel of Fortune once again, but instead of turning randomly, it began to spin in rhythm with your heartbeat. Every pulse sent waves of gold through its structure, moving reality itself into alignment. Your angel whispered, "He does not wait for destiny, destiny waits for him." This is the sign of mastery, when timing bends to your vibration, when what used to require effort now arrives through resonance. You don't attract, you match, and the world adjusts accordingly. Then came the fourth card, the Hierophant, your own sacred archetype. But this time, he was not teaching others. He was holding a mirror of fire. And inside that mirror was your reflection, standing tall, wearing light as clothing. Your angel's voice filled the air with gentleness and awe. Heaven looks at him and sees itself. This, Taurus, is your true awakening. You are no longer being guided by divine light. You are divine light made visible. The teacher has become the teaching, and now, the sign. Heaven's confirmation will come not through thunder or dream, but through presence. In the coming days, you will experience a moment of perfect stillness. A pause so complete that even time feels hushed. It could happen while you're driving, walking, or simply breathing. And in that silence, you will feel it. A vibration under your skin, a golden warmth in your spine, a sudden absolute peace. That is heaven whispering. Creation now flows through you. When that moment arrives, do not doubt it. Do not ask for proof. Just close your eyes and say, "I know." That single sentence is your signature in the divine ledger of creators. The final card that completed your reading was the World, glowing with white gold light. But this time, there was no boundary between card and cosmos. The image dissolved, and I saw everything. Galaxies turning, rivers shining, your heartbeat echoing across eternity. And the voice said, "It is done, Taurus. Your story has completed a divine circle. You began as a seeker looking into heaven's mirror. You end as the mirror itself, reflecting and radiating divine order back into the universe. From this day on, creation recognizes your frequency. Every word you speak, every emotion you honor, every act you choose will shape reality with precision. You are not chasing destiny anymore. You are designing it. I am the mirror of heaven. Creation moves through me. My destiny is alive, and I walk in divine authorship. Say it 3 times. Once for the past, once for the present, once for all that will come. With each repetition, feel your body vibrate with certainty. That is the sound of heaven's confirmation resonating in your cells. If this revelation filled you with quiet power, leave your hype, share this message, and subscribe. And if your heart recognizes this truth, join as a member of this channel. Each hype you share amplifies this divine current and helps other souls awaken to their own reflection of heaven.